Hey everyone, welcome back to Indicted TV. I'm your host, Negra. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and follow us on Instagram. Before we start, you already know I got to give a shout out to my sponsors, Royalty Honey. Keep it hard, guys. Also, for the best jewelry, for his glory. And for the most fires, Cali Plug. And for the best Chinese food, Mr. Yu's in Montclair, off of Central off the 10 freeway. On today's episode, we have Porky, a.k.a. Vinny Jim.
Vinny Jim, yeah.
Porky's kind of like a cooler name, though.
Yeah, I know. That's my hood name. That's why, might as well just stick to Porky, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of super, I don't know.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
not too many Porkies
yeah,
out there, you know
right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to make that change back.
Nah. But Vinny's your name.
Yeah, it's my rap name, my musical name. Trying to, keep things a little separate, not too much tied in,
Yeah, well, it's definitely have to be tied in, bro.
Yeah, no, it is, but it's it's too late now, right?
Yeah, it's way too late. Okay, so let's start. Porky, tell me where you were from, where you grew up. I don't mean the gang. I always say that, right? Because eventually you're going to end up saying that. It's just the way it is. Where you grew up, how was the inside of your house growing up? Mom, dad, things like that.
I was born in the east side of LA, right there, the whole little area right there. I had both my moms, my pops. My pops was always at work. Mom's was taking care of the household. You know how typical Mexican thing. And that's pretty much it.
You have brothers, sisters?
Yeah, I got 2 brothers, 3 sisters.
Okay.
Yeah, so pretty big family.
Yeah, pretty big family.
So it was pops was there,
also
we're in the street. Kind of, yeah, more towards the middle.
Okay.
Yeah.
And normal home.
Yeah, normal home. We were just always in the street though, because it's a small house. Everybody sleeping on the floor. And stuff. So it's you just running around the street all day.
All right. Yeah, so you say you're from the east side of
LA. Yeah, East LA.
Which is
Boyle Heights, East LA.
Okay, Boyle Heights area.
Yeah.
Okay, Boyle Heights, guys. Shout out to Boyle Heights.
Yeah, Boyle Heights. Shout out.
And at what age did you see yourself growing up, like changing? I mean, not growing up because obviously you're growing up.
Honestly, it was as soon as I hit school, elementary school. That's when it was because I've always been a small dude, So it was as soon as I went, my brother was like, "Hey man, you go in there, never let nobody bully." You know how it is, right there.
Are you the middle one, or?
So I'm so it's I have 2 older brothers, and then I'm the youngest of the boys, of the guys.
Okay.
Yeah. So my older brothers told me man, go in there. Somebody bullies you, you gotta get out. So I was already having that mentality, somebody messes with you, and I'm small, so
Are
everybody.
Your brothers in the lifestyle?
One is, one's not. One's in the military, he's over there, but one is from my hood. Yeah.
I mean, they still have the same mentality.
Yeah, well, yeah. Obviously,
you know what I'm saying? I feel like military people do have the same mentality.
Yeah,
they
that's
go
true.
through. I feel like being in the military is kind of even worse than being in prison, low key, in different forms.
Yeah, it depends where in the military you're at, though.
Yeah,
like the Navy.
You have to go through the same kind of little obstacles in different forms. You got to be away from your family.
Exactly.
You choose to.
Yeah.
But I mean, the gang life, or even just the crime life, you choose to do that life too. So it's
true,
one you're getting paid, and one you're
not.
Being dumb.
One, if you die, you get paid for. You get the whole funeral. For us, if you die, you don't get nothing. It's kind of absurd a little bit if you think about it.
Your brother said don't let yourself get bullied.
Yep, exactly.
And if you don't mind me asking,
of course.
How old are you?
I'm 33 years old.
Okay, so you're still kind of
I'm
you're not old.
Yeah,
you're not a kid anymore.
Yeah,
but you're there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
you're there to actually get your life together.
Exactly.
Now. You have all these years.
Yeah, I lost a lot of years to prison. So
I mean, but you lost your kid age.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I'll probably be dead or something. But
and thank God you're not.
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
Here, so you're either gonna make it right or you're gonna lose yourself.
Yeah, lose everything.
You know.
Yeah, you're right.
So you're 33, and the reason I asked this so that we could get the general idea of what years.
Yeah, exactly.
Running around.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, true.
So you hit an elementary. You already your brother's hey, you better not let yourself get punked.
Yeah,
which
exactly.
is definitely
what you're supposed to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was doing that. On the weekends when my dad wouldn't work or whatever, he used to be a singer, so I would go with him and I'll perform with him on stage. That's how I got into music as well, from a kid,
oh wow,
all of that, yeah. So it's I've always been around it. It was something I always wanted to do, but I just got caught up in the gang life, in the street life.
So your dad used to be a singer. Where did you guys used to go sing?
Well, he used to sing at churches and different mariachi, things like that. You know?
That's cool.
Yeah, so he used to do that. I would just be with my little kid with a guitar.
Oh, that's super cute. Like Coco.
Yeah. That's exactly the one. Yeah.
Except that you guys like the music.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes.
So That's actually really good. Like you obviously knew how to play the guitar, so you had your dad be there.
Yeah,
a lot
yeah,
of your
yeah.
time.
He was there. He was there for most of it. It's just you just get caught up in the life. You know, there's a lot of people that be like, "Oh, I got into the life because I didn't have a dad." I was like, I got into the life because that's how I grew up. Like everyone around me was already gangbanging at a young age. Like I started gangbanging 14 years old. You know, so it was like it was just in me. Like
So
you know.
no, I understand completely.
Yeah.
So you got jumped into your neighborhood at 14 years old.
Yep.
So obviously you started hanging around them way before that.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
And how did that like transpire?
Well, it was just like, well, I mean, my older brother was already from the hood, like you know,
Okay.
so it's like it was just bound to happen, you know. I got family, you know, but yeah.
But
so
not
it's
your
like,
dad or your mom.
No, they're religious people. They're not
Nice.
into that. So it's like I just happened to be something that I just had to do, you know, well, not had to do, but it's just
was you.
Yeah, it's like when it happened, you know. I caught my first case at I was 14, as a matter of fact.
So as soon as you got jumped in.
Yeah, I was already like that. Yeah.
So tell me about your first case. How
Okay.
did that happen? Was that your first time actually getting arrested?
Yeah. First time.
Okay, so tell us.
Well, I hit a kid with a wrench in school I hit a kid with a wrench in school and I got locked up for it. Yeah.
And they arrested you at school?
I actually got away, but they got me outside. And then once they got me outside, they, you know, I was like, damn, but they gave me a ticket. They had my family go pick me up. Yeah.
So you didn't actually get arrested that day.
No, they just called my mom, like, go pick this guy up. And I
What
just
did your
fought
mom
it.
say, pobrecita?
Oh, yeah, she was like, what do you mean you hit a kid with a wrench in school? But it was like something that, all right, whatever. You know, what's done is done. Like,
I'm sure she saw it in you already. As parents, we kind of know what
Yeah.
kind of kids we have.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you have children now.
No,
Oh,
no
good.
kids, no kids.
Look.
No
I'm not
kids.
all good. I'm not
Yeah,
happy.
like-
Because you know what? People think like having kids is not easy.
No, it's
and
not.
You know what? Like, it's a good thing that you don't, because men are able to have kids as
Yeah.
they get
That's
super old.
whenever, 70
so
years
you're,
old.
Man,
Yeah.
you're good.
Yeah.
And you are super good.
Yeah.
Not that it's wrong to have kids, guys. It's
Yeah.
not.
There'll be a lot
But
of people judging for that one. Not just.
I don't care. Guys know, like,
Right.
everybody that has kids understands that it's not easy having kids. So it's like when you're 33 years old and you don't have children, you have so much time to work on yourself.
Yeah, that's
And-
true. That's what I've been doing since I paroled and everything, just grinding on myself, you know?
And
Just-
that's all we could do.
Yeah.
So, what was I going to say? I said that your mom, I'm sure, okay, that's what I was
The
going to say.
first case, yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure, like, as a mom, they already know what kind of kid you are. And how did
Sure.
you dress?
Honestly, Jordans, like
Like sporty.
501s. Yeah, that was our style. Like, you know, Jordans, 501s. You gotta be flash. You gotta be
For
fresh.
sure.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was our style.
And the only reason I asked that is because you said your parents were like,
Yeah.
normal
Yeah,
parents, and once they see their kids dressing kind of crazy, it's like, here we go.
Honestly, as a kid, when they would go, like, you know, when I was younger, when they would try to go buy me clothes, my mom would always try to give me Cortez, and I'd be like, nah, I don't want to wear that. Like, nah, like it was just, but that's something she liked. Like, she liked that style. So it was like, but I just didn't like it. Like, I was like, that's not me, you know.
I never
But, I mean,
wore
not that I'm
Cortez either.
not that I'm like
No,
throwing
I
shade
get
on
what you're
nobody, but
saying.
you know, like it wasn't me. Like,
I didn't wear Cortezes either. Maybe
Yo.
like once in the 6th grade or something.
Yeah.
Only one time, and it was like only 2 days kind of
Yeah.
thing. Until now. Now I feel like more comfortable.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, I mean, I've worn them before, but I just because they were comfortable, like I have worn them before, so it's like
No,
you know,
it's a different era.
But it's just
Like,
like
that's
not
not your
something that
era.
it's not something that I would like be like, oh yeah, Cortez, well, you know, like things like that.
Well, because it's not your era.
Yeah, exactly.
At
It's
all.
not
You
my
would feel
style.
like a weirdo.
Yeah, for
No,
yeah.
You guys, it's normal. Like, it's not that you're like being like weird or
Yeah.
like talking shit or whatever. It's normal. It's a normal era. Like the era before you is who wore
Yeah, exactly, wore
Cortezes.
Cortez and all
You
that.
didn't.
Yeah.
We were like more sporty.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, even
Yeah.
like the ending like of the 2000s, like
Yeah.
they were probably like the last ones to actually wear Cortezes.
Yeah, well, I mean, in my hood, it was kind of different. Like, I mean, yeah, you figure like the late 90s, early 2000s, that's when the transition for
That's
us.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
was
but
18
like,
in 2000.
Oh, okay.
You were a
yeah.
baby still.
Yeah, I was still a baby. Yeah.
You tell me about the change.
you're like, I know about all the change. No, it's because a lot of hoods they're different. Their eras of styles was different. So like a lot of people misunderstand when I say like, oh, we were dressing like this at this time. People won't
You're
understand
not that far from me though.
Yeah, no, not that far. No,
At all.
no, not at all. like probably like.
Like 10, 15 minutes max.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like the same areas kind of had the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, trust me.
Yeah, you
I don't
know.
know who you
yeah.
think you're talking to.
Nah, I already know. Yeah.
Okay, so you hit the kid with the wrench and you got arrested at court?
No, I got arrested. I got arrested in the like right after, right? So they took me to the cop station. They gave me a ticket and they called my mom because I mean, you figure like they see me like this little ass kid, like like I look super young right at that age. So they were like, nah. So they gave me just a ticket and let me fight it from the street. So I fought it from the street. I did 30 days for that. Did 30 days.
And tell me about your first time, like when you were walking in to the juvenile hall, because you went to Eastlake.
Yeah, no, they took me to LP right there. I was going to school out of the area.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah, it was something that worked out that it was like, my mom was like, nah, I'm going to keep you away from over there, get over there. But it was still like, I got into it with someone and I was like, he was a big dude. So I was like, I got something for you. So I came back the next day and just, bam.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like, you got to make things even, you know?
Yeah. So tell me about your experience in LP for the first time, like you walking in.
It was like, it was something different because my mom would take me to court. I went in from court, so it was like, it was something like, all right, well, shit, I'm ready. It was more like I was more like pumped up because I was like, all right, cool, like let's get it. Like it was something like, okay, I'm like, it's like I'm being like, introduced to like we're supposed to be introduced to. So I was more pumped up, like, all right, let's go get this. Let's, who wants it? Like, let's do it.
Yeah, but you walking in, you're looking like the kids, like
I was like mad dogging everybody. I was trying to like one of the little cagapalos.
And you're all small.
Yeah, I'm like the smallest one there. Like yeah, but but since it was LP, I didn't really have no enemies. So people would be like, where you from? Like Cuatro Flats. I'll be like, oh, okay, like so I didn't have no enemies. I don't even think I fought one time in LP for those 30 days.
Oh,
no
that's
enemies.
good.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, it's something that I wanted to do. I wanted to be, So, like, I mean, you're in there, that's what you do,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, then I got out.
Wait, did your mom visit you those 30 days?
Yeah, they did once. They did once, yeah.
So basically, you didn't, like, it was just super chill for you.
It was just chill, something like, whatever. Like,
but you did see other kids fighting.
Yeah, there was a lot of fights going on. It just wasn't my enemy, so I was like, all right, nobody tried to mess with me, nothing. I was like, all right, cool.
Oh, that was nice then.
Yeah, it was cool, and then I got out a week and a half later. I get locked back up, and it was Thanksgiving when I got locked back up.
What did you get locked up for?
It was assault with a deadly weapon and robbery. Yeah.
So you actually committed the crime?
That one I didn't do it. They got me for something I didn't do.
Oh man.
Yeah. And then so I fought it and all that.
But you fought it from the inside or the outside?
This time from the inside. This time they kept me.
Okay, so
this time I went to Eastlake.
That's what I was about to say. So tell me about your experience at Eastlake because there's all your enemies.
Yeah, so right there, I actually like so that whole night was a crazy ass night. Like it was
tell us about your night.
Okay.
Give us some,
All right, so
give us something to entertain us.
Right? So that whole night we were just like all of us were just chilling. This time I was actually like, we had the homies in the west side, so I used to chill with them too. So I was out there in the west side with these dudes and we're all just running around like, acting up. All of us were young, we're just acting up. And I remember at that night I was drunk and I'm like at a gas station.
And you're 14 still?
I'm 15 now.
Okay.
Yeah. And then so I'm like, I was 15 now because I fought it for like almost a year for the whole case. Yeah.
And you fought it outside?
Yeah, no, I was 16 actually. I was 16 already.
Did you fight it from the inside or the outside?
Which one? This case or the other case?
The new case.
Okay, the new case, I was inside.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So it was from 16. I got out at 18.
Okay.
Yeah. So this one, it was like I was walking around. I just remember like seeing a car, and I threw my hood up, and they flashed the lights like bright. And as soon as I seen it, like what the hell? And they gunned it. So I jumped up, and they hit me like right in my knee, and I flipped. I landed face first. And it's like when I landed face first, everything went black, and I just remember just landing again. And I woke up and I jumped up, and these dudes they just smashed out. They threw up their hood, and I was like, all right. And I couldn't limp. So that's how I got.
Wait, they flashed you with the flashlight?
No, they're lights, the car lights.
Damn, I was thinking it was the cops.
No, they flashed the high beams on. They put the high beams on me. So that's why I got locked up because I couldn't run. Like everyone that when the crash raided us right there in the little spot we had in the Washington Gardens. Shout out to you guys. But yeah, so it was like when the wreck crash came, I tried to run and I couldn't run. It was like my leg buckled and I was like, I'm done. I was all beat up. So when I walk so when I'm walking into Eastlake, I'm literally just like, my whole face is just beat up. My leg, I'm limping. And I just remember like I heard when I walked in, somebody like, where you from? I was like, Cuatro Flats. I hear the whole dorm from the other side. I guess I said it so loud. I hear on the other side, everybody, fuck, whoa. And I was like, oh, shit. I was like, all right. No, it's because this one is like, because I'm hurt. Like I'm hurt, so I'm like, all right. Like, but luckily, I just told him, look, I'm going to give you fools I'm going to run it with all you fools. Let me heal up. And told him, let me just heal up. Let me heal up. I'm already small as it is. Let me heal up and give me a fair one.
Aww.
So luckily, it was like, it was cool. It was cool. And then I healed up, I ended up, like right before I went to trial, I was taking the trial because I know I didn't do that. I didn't do the robbery. I didn't, And then the day before trial, I'm thinking, oh, I'm gonna get released. They called me to court and was like, you're getting out. You're getting out. Hell no, they got me for a premeditated murder. And that's when I was like, and I was like, so am I gonna go to the compound? What's gonna happen? He's like, no, you're going to trial tomorrow. I was like, it didn't make sense. And they're like, so I tell my defender, like, so what's gonna happen? Like, how is, like, it's like, if it's a murder, like, isn't this more serious? He's like, no, we're carrying it on. So it was like fishy to me. He's like, look, but if you take a deal, 16 months YA with 2 strikes. I was like, hell no. I was thinking that they were just trying to play games with me. So took it to trial, beat the murder. I went down for the other crime. I didn't even do that shit. I didn't even do it. So I was like, man, whatever.
Well, but tell me about your experience before we actually get into your sentencing.
Okay.
Yeah, about your experience in Eastlake. Obviously, you walk in, you're all beat up.
Yeah.
And you're there fighting your case, you said, for like a year.
Yeah, about a year. That must have been like 8 months, 9 months, something like that.
What would you say was the craziest thing you experienced those 8 months in Eastlake with your enemies?
Let me see. With my enemies, it wasn't too crazy because it's a basic thing,
yeah,
like,
Eastlake.
Yeah,
Eastlake
so like,
fighting.
yeah, exactly. So it wasn't really too crazy. I guess the craziest thing was just like becoming the weed man in there. That was like the most crazy experience. Like, I hit a plug and it's just like boom. Like, now all of a sudden, now everybody's kissing your ass. Like, everybody's more super cool with you now, and it's like you get to see how people change. That was the craziest thing that I realized. Like,
well, how people change for drugs.
Yeah, how people start being cool. Like, people that won't even talk to me, all of a sudden they want to be cool with me. That's one thing that I experienced, that I started seeing people like, okay, like I'm seeing it like that firsthand inside though. I knew that from outside, but it's like inside I didn't think it was like that.
And you're a child still.
Yeah, I was 16.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I fought it all through I fought it I turned 17 in there and I fought the whole thing. I went to camp. I went to camp and then...
You went to camp for that case?
Yeah.
Okay, so you were there for 8 months. You're doing your thing. You become the weed man. You see how everybody changes.
Yeah.
Like, people that don't even mess with you all of a sudden want to be your
They're
friends.
all super cool, yeah.
Yeah, so you get sentenced to how much?
I got sentenced to a year camp.
So you went to camp?
Yeah.
And
Camp Scobie.
tell me about your camp experience.
Honestly, that one was a trip. That was a trip.
Why?
Because it's like it's just more like at first when I got there, I had one enemy. He was on the other side. He was going home. And I was on this side. Like, when you're going home, they change you sides, right? So I was like, I remember I was like, man, should I rush him? Like, I'm not sentenced, so I don't even care. But this dude's going home, so he didn't want it. He was like more like he's trying to be calm. I was like, man, when I run into him, then I'll just get off on him. I never got a chance to run into him. He went home. So for like a few months, I didn't have any enemies. So it was like a trip. Like, like I was just like chilling. Like,
but tell me about the program there. As far as like you adjusting, you've never been to a camp.
Yeah, exactly.
So what did you have to wear? The adjusting, like the
I mean, it's like more like those shoes. The way like the shoes, you got to tuck in your shirt, and then you got to cut your corners. You had like all that things you got to like to eat, because it's Challenger. Challenger's like the secure camps. So it's like you don't get the freedom like the other camps get. So the food is worse.
I was almost gonna ask you to stand up and
cut the corner. Yeah, I remember how to do it too.
I know how to square my corners too.
Yeah. That's something that, I mean, you don't forget it once,
I learned this in Sylmar though.
Oh, in Sylmar, okay. Yeah, well, in between that, I went to Sylmar too.
Because you have to go to Sylmar in order to go to camp.
Yeah, I was in Sylmar too. Yeah, Sylmar was cool though. I like Sylmar. There was like so long. They had the record like no fights and this much in. I ran into my homies. Some dude dissed our hood. We jumped them, so we ruined the whole thing. They were pissed off. They're like, we're gonna have a pizza party, and I don't know what. I was like, damn. But yeah, it's like little experiences like that I was.
Those are little experiences that matter to us.
Yeah.
I mean, the pizza party as well, but just like the actual little memories. Like, and people are probably like, oh, that's what you're like proud of. It's not about people being proud of. It's about, hey, this is what stands out to me from me going through whatever I went through.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's part of your life.
Part of your life, exactly. So, back to camp.
Mm-hmm.
You're there for 8 months?
Yeah.
I was
there for 9 months because I got out of a month early on my 18th birthday. They actually did me the favor. Yeah. Yeah, so it was cool. I mean, it was like once I moved up to like level 4, when I'm getting closer to get out, like you get more privileges, you get certain jobs. So I was working the Al Jones store.
And what is Al Jones
It's
store?
like, when they pass out the people that pass out the like food every weekend, like you get like candies, or like depending on your levels, you'll get like chips or whatever. Like, Red Vines, things like that. So I was working at that store. It's like
Everybody likes that. Everybody wants that job?
Yeah, it's kind of like the canteen, like, you know, like a prison canteen.
Like commissary vibe.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Yeah. So it's like, I was working that. And I was happy when I got that job. I was like, oh, I came up. Hell no, I got fired the next weekend.
Why? What'd you do?
Because I lined up three of my enemies, and then one of the dudes scratched me. Shout out to you, you know who you are. That fool scratched me. That was scratched me. So once he scratched me, it was like, they caught me. They're like, oh, I had a visit. So they're like, what happened? I was like, oh, I was playing basketball. Someone scratched me. The staff cans, like, you know what?
Like, bro, you don't even play basketball.
Yeah, they're like, no one was playing basketball. They're like, look, we're not gonna refoul you, but you're just fired. I was like, all right, that's cool. And then they dropped me levels back to, you know. So I lost all my privileges, everything. But I was like, I got 30 days left. I don't really care.
Wait, in camp, what kind of privileges do you have?
I mean, there's not really much.
Like the levels. Like, what do the levels mean?
The levels is like more like you might have movie nights. You know, you might have like barbecue sometimes on the weekends for like the level 4s. It's more like since you're making it home, you know, you build yourself up. It's like, okay, so they start giving you more freedom, like things like that. Yeah.
Got it. Did you have visits throughout that time?
Yeah, my mom used to go see me. Yeah.
Oh, your mom's always been there, huh?
She's always been there. She's always been the writer.
Shout out to
there.
moms.
Yeah, shout out to moms. Man. She's
always, huh?
Yeah, always. On day one.
I know. Pobrecitas. They'll go.
I mean, yeah.
We put our parents through so much.
Yeah, we do.
For our own little selfish reasons, you know?
Yeah, you don't realize it till you get older, though. That's when you see it, like, oh, damn.
Yeah. What about pen pals?
Pen pals in there? I mean, there was one, my ex chick, like, that was my ex. Like, at that time, she would write me in her, and I stopped writing her until she was like, oh, yeah, unfortunately, I'm pregnant. I was like, yeah, I'm good.
Damn.
I was like, I'm good.
She was already 17, huh?
Yeah, so, like, you're 17 and pregnant. Like, what the hell you writing me for? Like, I'm good on that.
Yeah. You should have put her on that show, 17 and pregnant.
Hey, for real. Would have made some money off her at least, right?
Oh, that's
She's probably
funny.
gonna see this shit and talk shit to the.
Why? You have communication with her or something?
No, I don't.
Hey, let's make it clear. No.
Yeah, no, I don't. No, but I mean, I got out on my 18th birthday. I remember that day too, because I was like, boom, the first thing I want to do, like, let's go to the hood. And everyone was my brother, like, man, and all the homies, like, one of the other homies had got out that same, like, the day before. So we're like, man, everyone's all pumped up, like, man, we're out, let's go to the hood. Everyone's like, nah, just chill at home, dog. What do you want to step outside for? Like, just stay at home.
Isn't that what you were crying about?
Yeah, it's like go visit, kick it with moms, like, you know. And I was like, man. So I ended up leaving though, going to the hood and stuff. And that's when things really got active though. After I got out from there, that's when
you were already 18 years old.
Yeah, I was already 18 years old, and then I beat the case that I beat. So
you're all cool.
I thought I was unstoppable. I was like, man, I beat it once, I'll beat it again. Like, you know, something like mentalities like that. I'm not saying that I did it. I'm just saying the mentality.
Of
you know?
Course.
So it's like
just for clarification.
Yeah, clarification.
Because you know these fools are.
I know people just throw things out of proportion. I learned that from the hood vlog. So it's like, you know, yeah, I learned that. So like, you know, so yeah, we're doing our thing. Though we're making money, being just active, you know. Mm-hmm. Then I got locked back up at.
How long were you out for?
11 months.
Hey, that's a pretty long time.
It actually is, especially being active like that.
Yeah, that's a pretty long time.
I thought I was smart. I thought I was like, oh.
Because you didn't use drugs?
No.
Okay.
No, we
that's
smoked.
That's probably why you lasted longer.
Yeah, we smoked weed. We would drink, but it was like.
It's different.
Yeah, and then in between that, like I would work my way to go to the studio sessions because I was still trying to rap. So I'll be like, so like in between we'll be gangbang and I'll book a studio session. So I'll be like, all right, let's go to the studio for like 2 hours, record a song, back to the hood, like, you know, like back and forth like that. So it was something I was always still tied into.
Got it.
Yeah, I got locked up a month before I turned 19. Yeah, for this case.
And what did you get busted for?
Assault with a firearm, gang allegations. Yeah, they gave me 13 years with 80.
What is that gang allegation?
Gang allegations is because they're saying since we were in the hood, and then it was like the homies and everything. So they said like it's kind of like gang injunctions, but it's less time.
Okay.
So they gave me 5 years for that. So 8 years for the crime and 8 years for that. And then in my previous case, I had got a strike. So this case, boom, made me a 2-striker.
Oh, so now you cannot.
No,
you need to be good.
No, honestly, like the whole time once I got sentenced and everything, I was like, I'm never gonna get out. Like that was my mind. Like I'm not getting out. That one little thing I caught with a knife, washed up. Well, luckily they changed that. They changed that law in there. Yeah, right before I caught my next case.
But you still had 2 strikes.
Yeah, I'm still a 2-striker though. Yeah.
So you gotta be good.
Oh yeah, I'm smarter now.
I just said I'm smarter.
No, not like that. You know what I mean. You know what I mean?
Like now you just can't like do anything wrong. Bro.
No, I'm not. I'm doing my stuff.
Focused.
I'm working.
Good.
I'm not just like in the hood like a cagapalo no more like that.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, we'll get there.
So you catch this new case. You're 19 years old. You've never been to the county before.
Nope.
You're super active.
Mm-hmm.
How does that work for you? Your first day in the county.
We were making money, so I was actually gonna bail myself out, and then when I talked to one of the homies, like, hey, I got the money, I'll just bail out, and he's like, you know what, honestly, he's like, you're only gonna do like 5 years. I think you should just learn the game in there, and I was like, yeah, you know what, like, you know,
which is true.
Yeah, you need to learn. Like, you don't want to just go, like, you get bailed out, you go straight to prison, and you don't know nothing. So I was like, yeah, you know what, it makes sense. So I did that, and I just got screwed over, you know, at the end with 13 years. Yeah.
I mean, well, you're home, so are you really screwed?
Yeah. No.
That probably saved you from...
Yeah, from other stuff that we could have done.
That we don't think about at the time, you know?
That's true. I mean, it was... The experience in the county was just more like I would... At first, I would be set trip. You know, not supposed to set trip, things like that. I would just be like... If my enemies eat... Like one time we were doing a spread... And then one of my enemies, they invited one of my enemies. I walked away. And they're like, what's up? I was like, I ain't eating with this fool. And I walked away. Like... Situations like that, you know, that I just still had that gangbang mentality,
which is normal.
But it's like I didn't disrespect them or diss his hood. I was just like, I'm not gonna eat with this fool, and I just walked away, like respectfully, no, you know, like I'm good.
Because I mean, I understand what you mean. I feel like a lot of when 18, 19-year-olds. I feel like that's like a normal way to think. Like, this fool is gonna freaking go outside. He could probably like kill me, and then I gotta like eat with this fool.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna kick it with him or be all buddy.
Like we get the program, but it doesn't mean that we gotta be besties.
Yeah, that we have to. Yeah, exactly. That was my point.
And even like obviously as you get older, you understand more and more and more. But it's like it's still like not safe for you in the streets with that.
No, it's not. It's real stuff. No, that's how it is. Like, but court tank. That's when it was like, you go to court back then. Like, it was a free for all, so we'll be like at court. Me and the homie will be just going through like we'll go through different tanks because they will tell you like, okay, push that and find the tank. So we should go to different tanks. Like, where you from? Until we find the enemy, then we'll just go in there and just get it in, and then that's it. We could kick it, So we'll still find our way to get our little aggression out there. Yeah.
So your first. For you, it wasn't so hard. I mean, it sounds like it was kind of hard for you to adjust because based off that.
Yeah, I learned it towards the end, though.
The end of the bid or end of the county time?
The end of the county time.
Because I was like, damn, bro, that's a long time.
No, the end of the county time.
How long did you fight your case for?
It was like 7 months or something like that. Because I got locked up April. I got sentenced, like November or something like that. Like, I'm kind of bad with dates, but it's like somewhere around there, you know? But it's like, I got sentenced to 13 years. That one was when I kind of felt to, like, reality kind of hit me. Like, when I was in the tank, like, I was thinking, like, damn, my little sister's going to be a grown-ass woman. But then it hit me, like, fool, you a two-striker, you ain't getting out. And I was like, like, just adjust, just adjust. And
so you adjusted quick.
Yeah, that's when I started thinking, like, about the program and started thinking about stop set tripping on these fools because it's like, it's not... This is your life now. So
it doesn't make it easier for you.
Yeah, like just adjust to this. So that's what I did. Yeah.
And what would you say was the craziest thing you experienced in the county jail those 8 months? That you could remember.
Like crazy. There was nothing really too crazy. Like, I mean, stabbies, things like that. That's normal. Like, it's not really like crazy. The craziest thing was being on the county bus with my brother. That was a crazy. Oh, like we were coming from court because he had got locked up too. So we're like shackled up next to each other, and the bus driver bastard was playing oldies. So that's when I'm just sitting there. I'm just like, I'll just let this bus ride in. Like, get this fool away from me already. I was like, hell no, because it hits.
Because you weren't even able to talk to him.
No, we're like whispering to each other or whatever, but I didn't even want to talk to him. I was just like, man, this little moment right here, like, I might not never get out. Just get him away from me right now. It was like something like that. Like,
you couldn't take reality.
Yeah, that's when it kind of was like, oh, damn. But I mean, it is what it is, Yeah.
Wait, did you even know that he was busted?
Yeah, he got busted like 2 or 3 months after me.
Oh, okay.
I was in the dorm with him too, so so being in the dorm with him, I didn't really feel it, but it was that county bus ride.
Bus ride.
Yeah, like, and they had just told me like, oh, you're gonna be, you're doing nothing less than 22 years. They had told me, so I was like, that's when the reality really hit me.
Hey, and tell me about when your brother walked into the dorm. Like,
I walked into the dorm with him.
Well, tell me about that little experience. That's like a big thing.
Yeah, well, one of my homies, rest in peace. He was in that dorm too. So they just happened to transfer me, and I walk in, and I just remember I'm walking into the dorm, and all I hear was like, oh shit, Porky. And I'm like, look, I'm like, what's up, fool? So my brother was still asleep because it was in the morning. So the homie wakes him up. Hey, fool, get your ass up. Your brother's here. Your brother's here. And I was like, oh shit. And then they kicked me out of the dorm because we were brothers. They hated
you can't be together.
I guess not, but we had like.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, his girl and then some girl came to see us.
So you gotta get pulled out together.
Yeah. So they're like, oh, who you visiting? It's like, oh, you guys are visiting brothers? And she said, like, nah. They asked me, like, are you guys brothers? I'm like, nah, I don't know this fool. So that's why they kicked me out, because I lied to them. Yeah.
Because if you were brothers, if it was...
I mean, I would be sure. I mean, I don't see what's the problem. Like, what's the difference? Like, oh, something happens to him, I'm going to write it. Something happens to this guy, we'll do the same thing. So
yeah, even if you don't know him, you have to.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why they kicked me out.
Oh, well, that sucks.
Yeah, it did, but it was just more like, all right, let's get back to reality, you know, like, let's get back to, you know.
That's, I mean, well, reality is you're sitting in there, bro.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like the mentality of like the, you know, being too like attached like that.
I get it. Yeah.
You gotta like, sometimes you gotta learn how to detach when you like, especially when you think like you're gonna be a two striker, you're not gonna get out. You gotta learn how to detach a little bit.
Oh, well, at least you knew that.
I understood
at 20
that.
years old or 19 years old.
I was still 19, yeah.
So the bus ride was terrible. Yeah. That's like the worst experience, which is super. It is worse. Like stabbing is like normal. Wow, it's big, you guys, but that is like horrible.
Yeah.
You're like, get in this. Yeah. Hey, you're all, give me that fucking razor.
Yeah. Like, just get me out of here already. Take me, God. No, I just play. But you know, it's like that was like the worst experience that I felt. Like
which
personally.
Is understandable.
Yeah, personally, everything, the violence and all of that is like something you grew up with. So it's like that's not nothing new. That was really the part that was like, damn, I'm not used to this. Like, you know?
You're all,
I'm fighting it. No, but that's about it. And then
you're all, somebody, please.
That's probably the song they were playing.
You're kidding.
I'm not playing. But I remember that vividly. Like, it's something that you never forget that. Like, you're never gonna forget that. But yeah.
So tell me about the day you get sentenced. Because you said that was like a big thing for you. That's when reality hit.
Yeah, it hit me like once they told me, because like I had crimes obviously, so it had to be a package deal. So since I was like the main one, and then some people told and all of this. So they of course I had to get the most time. So like boom, 13 years. They were trying to give me a 15, but my lawyer talked them down to 13. So I was like, man, let's just sign. Let's get this over.
Yeah,
with.
Get it out of the way.
Yeah, it's just too stressful. Like, man, just let's sign and let's live the rest of my life. Like, yeah, and then that was it. When I hit the tanks, because I remember like I was by myself already. They separated all of us, so I'm by myself. I'm just sitting down. That's when it really hit me. Like, damn, like your little sister's gonna be a grown woman if you get out. Like, you know, like I was saying earlier, like it just hit you, and I was like, man, for you two striker, you're not gonna get out. And I'm like, all right.
So you're like went hard.
Yeah, that's when it's like, all right. I learned like, all right, let's start adjusting to this. Yeah.
So once you got sentenced, how long after did they take you?
I think it was like December. I was already in Wasco. They took me.
So that's where you went for reception?
Yeah, Wasco reception, and I was there. And then
how was that for you? Because obviously you never bird bath, you never did all of that.
Yeah, that I had to learn. Tell
me about that. We want to know.
Well, it was like you know, my Sally. Luckily, I landed with a Sally that like kind of was already laced up. So he was just more like, this is what we do, this and that. I was like, all right, cool. You know, like wash the trays, things like that. You learn like the basics of the things. And then
what do you tell us? What are the things that you do?
Okay, well, I mean, you put the towel like back by the sink and everything. You put the curtain up. You just fill up your sink and you just start like, you know, just washing everything. Yeah.
Wait, I know it's gonna be kind of weird, right? I know it's gonna be kind of weird, but. When you're taking a shower, does your celly cover himself so he doesn't see you?
Yeah, we put the curtain up in between the in between like the little or whatever. I mean, you're living in a restroom, so like you know, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what we do. Like. Yeah.
Okay. And he tells you like you have to use the restroom certain times or like what?
I mean, it's up to you. You got your own program. Everyone like you know, if you use the restroom at this time, that's the time you use your celly. You know, you just work it out.
La ventana.
Yeah, you
close the curtain.
Yeah, you just close the curtain. I mean, you know, that's it. Yeah. From there, I went to High Desert.
Okay. And how long did you do in High Desert?
Out of my whole term, I did 7.5 years. But when my first time I landed there, I did a year, and then I went to Pleasant Valley, and I caught another case in Pleasant Valley.
Okay. So tell me. So from Wasco, you went to High Desert. Yeah. You were there for a year.
Yeah, and I was still 19.
That's your first prison, though.
Yeah, that's my first prison.
Well, obviously Wasco is, but
like the first like real
yard or whatever.
Yeah.
So tell me about that. Even though you were just there for a year, I'm sure it went by kind of fast.
Well, I mean, I landed. It was Delta Yard, you know, so it's like the 180, and everyone's like you know, you hear in reception, it was like, damn, it's rocking and rolling over there. So it's like more and more already like got that mentality, like, all right, well, let's get down to business. You know, you just think like, all right, well,
And it wasn't
it's
like
gonna
that?
be cracking. Oh yeah, we were on lockdown all damn near my whole time there.
Oh, so it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I mean, yes and no. I mean, if you don't have nothing, you have no contact with your family. I didn't have no contact with my family, nothing like that. I lost contact with everyone, kind of. So like for like most of that whole term, I was just by myself.
The whole year.
Yeah, no letters, no phone calls, not really nothing. Just like whatever. Yeah.
Well, tell me about your first time when you hit the actual yard, though.
That was
Because it's
a
like,
trip. No,
like I know this is gonna be super dramatic, but it is dramatic, bro.
Yeah.
Like you're like walking out. Like how do you walk out? Like
I mean, I'm not
and you're
watching.
just like,
yeah.
oh damn, it's like the movies. You know what I mean?
Kind of. I mean, because 180 is like designed differently, you know. So it's like by sections, A, B, C section, you know. So it's like I was in C section at that time. So we're like the last ones to come out, but I'm coming out and you feel like I remember the homies was just like, damn, you look like you belong in YA. What you doing in prison? And you know it's so 180, so it's like it was just like I don't know. I was like the smallest on the yard. I was still 19, so it was like still like it was like crazy. Like a month before I turned like you know like it was I don't know just the way everything played out. It's just more like okay, so
What
this
exactly is a 180 for the people that don't know?
It's a level 4 more secured you know housing prison. It's like more like yeah, it's just a level 4 180. I don't really know how to explain it. It's just
Well, why do you think? Well, why do you think is it like a 180? Is it like
it's more violent offenders. More
Okay.
like you know more like
that's what
yeah.
180 means?
I mean, well, that's where they send them.
Okay.
That's where they send us. Like they send the most violent. You got the higher crimes. You get sent to the 180.
Got it. All right. So you were there for a whole year, basically on lockdown.
Yeah.
You didn't have no contact with your parents.
Yep.
You probably didn't even get like a package or anything.
I only got one package. So that's what like got me like my hygiene and stuff like that. But other than that, it was like I lost contact. Like yeah, as soon as I got there, I did write to them and I did send a package list. So I got that. But then after that, it was like no responses. Like I mean, I didn't blame them. They were going through their stuff too. So it's like it is what it is. you know?
Yeah. We can't blame them. We didn't put that. We're in there. Not
Yeah,
there.
exactly. So like, I understand. Like it is my life, not yours. You know.
Yeah. But I mean, it does feel sad. It does hurt. It does hurt.
But it is what it is.
Yeah. Well, for me, I can say like obviously it's not about me, but like my mom has always been there.
Yeah.
Like no matter what prison, what institution, no matter what.
Yeah.
She's always been there, and I think that's all that really matters. Is your mom.
Yeah, no, it was. I mean, I'm not gonna say like not my whole term. That my mom was there after once we got contacted and everything. Like what I was able to call and they had money on the phone. That's what it really was. They didn't know how to put money on the phone
because they don't know.
Yeah, they don't know. And then plus I can't even use the phone.
Yeah,
so we're on lockdown. So it's like you know. So it's like that was the reason why because of that.
And for writing, it's harder for them.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, how's the post stamp? Like
my
things
mom
like that.
was like, my mom wasn't good at writing either.
Yeah,
she would just send me pictures like here and there, and that was it. Like,
oh, okay, yeah, I get
if I didn't call her, like we're not. She knows, like she would just know when to put
she just knows.
Yeah, they just know.
Once they figure out the schedule and everything, they know. Yeah, I mean, down the line, it did get like that. Like mom's she looked out tough writer right there, you know. So she looked out for me tough. After that, I didn't go without, you know. So I went to Pleasant Valley right after that.
Okay, so you were there for a whole year at the
180.
At the 180 High Desert.
Down to yard.
And then you got moved to where?
Pleasant Valley.
I
only lasted 3 months there.
And where's Pleasant Valley at?
It's Coalinga, California, like by Fresno and all of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you said you were only there 3 months. What happened?
Yep. I caught with a knife, and then after that, boom, the hole. So it's like I was there for like almost a year, but it was like the whole time was really in the hole.
Got it.
Yeah.
So basically, like in the hole, what is it? What does it consist of? You still have to work out. You still have to work
out. You're just like locked down. You're just in the cell with your celly, and that's it.
Tell me about your cellies.
I mean, you get some. Sometimes you get some JCats. Sometimes you get some that are cool. You know, like I never tried judge. I'll try to mind my own business. Somebody was like a little weirdo, and it's hard to get like move cells and things like that right there in the hole. So it's like, and then plus that's like you got a lot of bulldogs. So you need, not only that,
you only get a certain amount of people that
and then you got like the staff. They're more like, since they're from up there, they're more towards us. They're more like They will not try to do us favors like that.
Got it.
So it'll be like, all right, so you just gotta adjust. I used to just read. That's the main thing.
So you did read.
I'll read a lot and work out. That's it. I was like, you didn't even gotta talk to me. I got my own little program right here.
Which
like,
is good.
Matter. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got out of the high desert, the shoe. You were there for like whatever. You were there for another year.
Yeah. Well, yeah. In the hole in Pleasant Valley.
And then you get out.
They sent me back to high desert.
And that's where you do your.
That's
6
when
years.
I got stuck. Yeah.
Why do you say stuck?
Yeah, no, because that's what the term even the staff uses. Like, everyone uses that. Like once you get to high desert, if you make it out of there, you come back, you're stuck. Like it's gonna be hard to get out now.
Got it. So you were there for 6 years.
Yeah.
And tell me about your 6 years experience. Like how did it go for you?
It went good. It was like actually like the laws were changing at that time. So like to me, it's like I caught that case from the knife. So I had caught 4 more years now. So now I got 17 years with 2 strikes. So it's even more now. I'm like I'm never getting out for sure. And they had changed that 2-striker law. That's why I didn't get struck out or nothing like that.
Oh well, good.
Yeah. So it's like all of those things happening in between. So once I hit the like high desert, then they call me to the thing and they're like, oh hey here's your new release date. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, man, dude, I just got like, and it said 2024. And I was like, nah, this is wrong. You're missing 3 years, But now it was like the laws, they considered me a non-violent 2-striker. I don't know how assault with a firearm is considered non-violent, but yeah. So that's what got me like really time knocked down.
Which is great.
Yeah, it was good. And then I started doing school and all that to knock my time down.
Yeah, that's what that's what I was gonna say. Like, because obviously 6 years is a long time. Like, what did you do like through your whole time?
Well, I was working out a lot. I'll be reading a lot. I actually got my AA degree in there. I got my GED first, my AA degree. I actually got my degree in paralegal studies. You were
in your books.
Yeah, but that was like the college and all that was knocking your time down. So once I seen it, like, 2024, and I was like, oh, college gives you this, you get 6 months off for this. I just started working the system, like.
You're working the system, but you're helping yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it taught me to think differently,
Which is good.
Yeah, it was good. It was cool. I was like just working out a lot and everything. Then eventually I became a bodyguard for somebody, Shout out to Grandpa. And then, but it's part of my life. That's why that's why I'm saying that, because it was something that was part of my life. So I was always on my thing, and I was always just like one of those ones that is like, I'm not out until I'm out. Yeah, until the gates open.
It's definitely how it really is,
yeah,
though. Like you're not out until you're actually out, because you don't never know what could happen.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, so that was really my program.
So you worked out, you read, you went to school, you got your degrees. You were doing your thing in there.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Because obviously you got to survive.
Yeah, well, you got to do what you got to do.
If you don't I feel like if you don't know how to survive in there, like, are you really going to survive?
I mean, you like, I'll trip out because you see people like in there that they're like stressed out about, oh, my girl, she's not answering. Like, dude, what do you even care for? Like,
there's a lot of those, huh?
Oh,
tell me this little fun story about that.
That's just fun, like, cause you would see people like really stressed out. And I'd be like, dog, like you look like you ain't eating in days. That was wrong with you.
Over this chick.
Yeah, over the chick. Like, dog, like she's out there, you're in here, my boy. Like, if even if she is doing her thing with all kind of guys, like, so there's what? You can't control that. You can't control that. Just put that out of your head and just.
So you guys would like talk to each other, like you would be there,
I would,
like for each other, like.
Yeah, I would, because I would be one of the ones that I would be always out of my cell and like, going from building to building and things like that. So like when I would see things like that, I'll try to be like, hey, dog, like.
And why would you be able to do that?
Oh, because I was a college tutor.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I had access to every building and both sides of the yard, upper and lower yard.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
Yeah,
so you did have a lot of freedom.
Yeah.
Because it does come with a lot of
it comes with a lot of different
privileges.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if you're working for yourself, you're working to help yourself. Like, why not? Which is good,
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. I'll be out all day. That's when I was really enjoying that. When I started to enjoy high desert, it was more like, I'd just be like, bam, hey, can you pop this guy out? They'll pop him out. Like, you get like more. That's when I was really like, all right, high desert. This is the shit. Now I like it. Now it's cool.
Things are going okay.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like that for like about a year. I paroled from. Then they moved me to Old Folsom like a year before I paroled.
Old Folsom. So tell me about that experience.
Yeah, that sucks. That prison sucks.
So you go from high desert where you're stuck.
Everything's cool. Yeah, but everything was cool already. I was like, good. Now I'm getting like.
Did you move? Did they move? Did you know you were moving?
Yeah. I want to commit. I tried to tell them like, man, just keep me here another year. They're like, nah, you gotta get out of here.
Oh, that's.
But it was just more like, I had dropped level, and since I've been there for so long, they're like, nah, and they probably seen like, nah, you're getting too much fun here. Like you're too,
That's definitely true.
Yeah. So they sent me down there. It was like my last year, so like, you know what, it's better. I'll be closer to home and all of that. So like cool. So yeah, that's when. Yeah, that's what this my last year is when it really hit me. Like, oh damn, I'm really gonna get out. That's when I really like when they transferred me. I was like, oh, I'm really gonna get out this time. Like, I'm not really a lifer. Like, I'm.
Back to high desert, because you were there for a long time.
Yeah.
What was the craziest thing you experienced there?
Let me see. That was a lot.
Tell a story. Tell us a little something. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, besides somebody doing a dips and somebody just walking up and just boom, just one hitter quitter, that was just like went out.
Oh,
but besides that, that's one of them. That's when I don't want to get into details and things like that.
No, we're not gonna let you get it. We're not gonna put the crazy. Like, you don't need names any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously, we know you're watching. If you're watching Indicted, you're gonna hear some craziness like that.
Yeah, so it was like things like that. Was like somebody getting beat so bad, like his whole brains were all over the cell, like things like that. Yeah,
That is scary.
Yeah, that things like that. But you hear it, and it's like, as long as it ain't me, like you learn to adapt to that.
Of course,
that's the mentality. Like, as long as it ain't me, like it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
And what was the nicest thing you experienced?
I think graduating from college.
Because there were other guys.
Yeah, because they did like a little ceremony. I didn't want to do it because I knew no one, because it's too far. No, I'm not gonna have no family. Everyone's gonna have their families. Like, I don't want to do that. But it was like the college teachers and all of that. They actually showed up for me. So I was like, oh, I mean, they had to be there, but they were more like, hey, we're gonna be there. Like, don't trip, you have us. So that was probably the nicest thing. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
What about like, what was the? Tell me about some like your cellies. Or like, did you ever get close to certain guys?
Oh,
like,
yeah, I'm still in contact with some to this day.
You know, like
yeah.
sometimes having like you meet certain people that it's just like you become your friends for a lifetime.
Yeah.
Because you guys create this big bond. Did you have like bonds with anybody? Like,
yeah.
I think that matters a lot.
Yeah, there's actually like one Sally. I still, like, he got out now too. He was a lifer at that time too. He got out. I still keep in contact with him.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah.
Good
Shout out
for
to
him.
you. I know he watches this, but yeah.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, he's doing good now too. I'm happy for him. You know, he's got his life together.
You know what? That matters. You know,
Yep.
when I do feel and I do see that a lot of people that get out of, you know, doing life, that they beat it somehow, you know,
Yeah.
laws change, like they come out and actually
No,
do
they get it right.
something for
It's most of the
themselves.
people that do, like, sometimes
The short timers and the drug addicts.
Yeah, the short timers and drug addicts, you're going back in. It's usually like the dudes that like have their mind right, but they do stretches. But it all is like they're just gangbang, but they weren't the drug addict gangbangers. They were like the gangbangers that were like,
I understand completely
those were really
what
the
you're
ones
saying.
that you see get out and they're like living their life, like
And then they're proud of them. Like,
Yeah.
you know, the lifers, we know which ones we're talking about. Like, they're proud of.
Yeah.
That's right. You know, you get out, you do your thing, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
No, yeah,
'cause you have that
it's something
chance.
you want to see.
Exactly.
You know, like you want to see people succeed. You don't want to see people back and forth. Like, I know what it is. Like, I've had a celly that's been down since '88. You know, so it's like. Come on, like I would look at this like no family, like, you know, like things like that. You lose everyone. It's like, to me, I was like, damn, that's really gonna happen to me. Like, I'm gonna lose everybody.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you had a celly that he was down since 1988.
Yep.
And how was he? Like,
He was
his
cool.
behavior, like how his mannerisms, like,
He was,
you know what I'm saying?
He was cool. He was like laid back. You know, he'll throw a little game. You know, like you know, that's what it is. Most of the older homies I ran into, they always throw a game out there if you're willing to catch it.
like,
So,
bro, do you want to be a idiot?
Yeah.
Like, what do you want to do?
yeah, and I would see that. He's like, you don't want to be like me. Look, I'm never getting out. I'll be like, nah, I know. I was like, but even though I was looking, I was like, I'm too strong. I'm not getting out. He's like, bro, you still have a date though. And I didn't realize that until I actually started getting closer to my date. That I was like, oh, he
Damn,
was right.
Finally going home.
Yeah, exactly. That was like,
Not finally going home, but it's like, okay, I see it.
yeah,
I see it.
yeah. It's like I might make it. Like,
Did you drink in there?
yeah, I used to actually make my lightning. That was like my hustle.
Tell me about your hustle.
So you make the pruno, right? And then you just burn it, catch it, get the white lining.
Wait, what do you mean burn it and catch it? Like,
Oh,
like, bro, we don't know what that means.
Yeah, you're right.
You
you're
know?
right. Yeah, you should, like, you know, you make the pruno, which is the wine, and you just burn it.
And what
then
kind of fruits did you use, or like what did you use?
apples. Mostly apples, like sodas and things like that. Yeah.
Sodas.
Yeah, soda because of sugar.
For the
and all of
sugar.
that. Yeah. So you just burn that.
tastes
and
kinda
then
freaking
Put
crazy.
another bag, and then it's just like the alcohol evaporates and it goes into the other bag, and that's the pure alcohol. Yeah, so that would be my hustle. That would be like extra money, things like that. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, you always gotta learn the way to make some money.
That's what I'm saying. Like, some people are artisans.
Yeah.
Some people are the weed ones.
Yeah,
some people are the phone ones.
Yeah,
Some
exactly.
people are the
liquor,
alcohol
yeah.
makers, you know?
Yeah, I used to like doing that though. I used to be like, oh, you know, like, 'cause you get like a little kick, like, oh shit, this is actually good, you know?
Uh-huh.
So like, it would be cool. Yeah, that's my little hustle.
Did you ever see like people getting drunk and obviously like wanting to fight?
Oh, yeah, all the time. All the time. That was like on the regular, you know? Some people would be drinking and you just, next thing you know, in the middle of the night, you hear, doo, 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 doo. You're just like, fucking.
Like, these fools are drunk.
Like, yeah, like dumbasses. I never, to me, I've always been like a happy drunk. So like, if I
Okay.
drink, I'm just in a good mood. Like, I'm chilling, then my saddies would catch that vibe. It never be like, I never experienced that firsthand.
Oh,
though.
good,
Yeah,
good.
because we always just be clowning or, you know, start bumping or whatever, you know. Like, I would always been like a clown. Like, I like to clown around, you know. So I'll be like, yeah.
What about, you've always rapped.
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
You used to sing as well.
Yeah.
So, did you used to sing in there?
In the county, I would for like Apollo night. Like, I would be rapping like that. But in prison, Nah, I would write though. I would write a lot. That's one thing. Like just working on my penmanship. Yeah, that's it. But I wouldn't be rapping for no one or. It because I would. I mean, I didn't think. Come on, who's gonna think that if you're doing that much time? Like, how's that gonna be a reality for you? You know?
Well, it's not. I mean, for me, like even I asked because it's like something that you like to do. It's
Yeah.
not about what you wanted to do out here.
Oh, yeah.
I asked if it was like hey, did you ever sing or to like
No, yeah,
for
yeah.
fun or for
Yeah.
the guys or like.
No, because it was something more just to get my aggression.
Got it.
You know, like just the way like write and you get that little aggression out and be like kick it. You know, like it's always been something like that for me. Yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. So you're super close to going home.
Yeah.
Time goes by super fast.
Yeah, and old folks time went by fast. You're always outside right there too. Yeah, I just didn't like old folks. So like,
Why?
I mean,
Because it just
not
looked
like
old
that.
or
It's
dirty
just,
or like what?
it's like as soon as I walked in, you could just feel the depression in that spot. Like the cells are so small. Like I mean, I don't got that much long arms. So if I could touch the cell like this from arm to arm like this, that's pretty bad. Yeah. So it's like that.
The way you say it.
But it's like you make the best of it. But at the end of the day, it's just like it's a depressing spot. Like at least for me, it
like
was
you
like
said, you could feel
yeah.
it.
Where I was at, you just feel it like damn, this spot's depressing. Like why I should be happy. Though. Like I don't even feel excited to go home. I'm just like feel like I'm just a bag of air here, just sitting here.
I mean, technically, yes, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Do you think why did it feel more depressed? Like were the inmates going through?
It's the energy.
Like it comes from the inmates probably, while the deaths and all of that as well, right?
I think that's what it is. The history of it, and like that's really what it is. Because
the negative spirits that are there that get attached to the people. Because I don't know if you believe in that stuff.
No, I believe in that stuff a lot.
That's what people have to be getting limpias, bro. Because that people should be getting.
You're over here like you need a limpia. It's telling me I knew it. But that's what it is. Like that's really what it is. You could feel it in there. Like I felt that as soon as I walked in, I was like, oh yeah, this place is just bad energy.
Yeah, that sucks. Do you? I mean, I don't know, because obviously you don't use drugs, but as a person that doesn't use drugs, you could see like the people like. Oh
yeah, you start seeing people start doing drugs like.
And how was that experience for you? Because it's ugly.
It's like I would try to ignore it, but at the same time, it's just like I was trying to think like hey, you might go home. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, I would always try to tell myself like, what do you do? What's the plan? And I would still be like I couldn't come up with a plan. That's how much it affected me. Like I just had to stay focused. I was like, you know what?
Wow.
I can't come up with a plan here. Like it's just
and especially
impossible.
like when it's like someone that's like like your age, like what are you doing?
Yeah, that's true. It's like it's just I don't know.
I like to talk about that a lot.
Yeah.
That's what affects everything.
Yeah, it does.
And that's what has the in and outs, the like what are you doing?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously how do I say this? Are the prison each prison exactly the same way when it comes to drug use, or would you say like the old Folsom was like more of like?
I mean, it depends. It depends which prison has more drugs. I guess I would say.
Oh, I guess that's true, huh?
Yeah, because high desert, you way the hell up there. Like you'd be lucky if you find any drugs up there. Like really.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like it was. Yeah, it's not like a spot. Like it's too far. Yeah, so it's like
that's where all the drug users should be sent, huh?
Right. Like go get some.
Seriously?
Yeah, like if you're in a prison where there's like a gang of drugs, of course people are gonna do them. Like you go through one moment of depression, you're gonna be like, man, shoot that. Like that's what people are.
I feel like it's like super weak, bro. Like get it together.
It is super weak, but like
okay, not like that. But I mean, it's true.
Nah, it is. That's just
like if you committed something. Bro, accept it. You know what the heck you're doing. You know what you chose for that. All of a sudden, you want to throw your life away to drugs. Like, feel that shit, bro. You wanted to feel it.
Exactly.
And I know it sounds like ugly and harsh for me to say it. I'm a recovering addict, but I use it for fun. I didn't use it for depression.
Yeah,
for depression. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. See,
obviously, you start with fun, and it becomes an addiction. So, but I still I didn't use it because I was depressed.
Yeah, you use it for fun. See, that's different.
And I got hooked.
But a lot of times it starts with fun, and then you hit depression, and you do it like that. And I've seen that
Drugs
firsthand.
make
That's what I'm saying.
Depressed.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I mean, I've done them before. I'm not saying I've never Of course, I've tried drugs. Everything. I've just never been one to be like, hooked. Let's do it. Let's I'll try it.
Like now, it's like, oh, let's just use drugs and just go to sleep. Like, bro, what is that?
You just wasted a whole day.
Like, bro, what is that?
Nah, that's not even cool. Like me, like I could only speak for myself. Like personally, like when when I was feeling that energy and depression, I just logged back into the core, which the
Got
core
it.
was work out and read.
Love that.
You know, so I logged back into that. So I was just like, that's what I would do. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
So, Old Folsom, you were there for a whole year. You hated it. If you felt like the nastiness, the depression, the ugly energy of that prison, because it's super old,
Yeah, it is super old.
Right?
Yeah, you could feel
probably like millions of murders in that
right. Yeah,
motherfucker.
I'm pretty sure.
You
And I had
know?
homies on the yard too, but it was just more like it wasn't like like you want to have
Everybody
fun.
has
Like
mean Ojeda.
Yeah, for real. I stay with Ojeda. Like you'll be surprised. Like I'll be seeing like people probably be like, oh, this fool's a twig. Like nah, this is my eyes are just like that.
Yeah,
Like
people are just have those
I have
dark eyes.
problem. Like I just can't sleep really. Like I have trouble sleeping and shit. Yeah, yeah. But that's
So when did you get out?
I got out 2020 during COVID.
Oh wait, so you've been out for 4 years already?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you get out during COVID, like the beginning of COVID, or had to wait?
It was like October 2020. So I actually caught COVID in there in Folsom. Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Oh, they had us on the yard on the tents. Yeah. Yeah, they had us on the yard on the tents. And
Okay, so when COVID hit, how did it go down?
it was weird because I seen it on the news before it actually spread over here. So they're like, oh, there's this new thing in China, and I seen it on the news. I'm like, I don't want to reach here. And then next you know, it was like COVID lockdown. Like what? And it was like boom. Then they're doing COVID tests. And then the staff, I guess San Quentin was getting hit hard, so the staff from here was going to work over there. Them bastards came back and gave it to all of us. Yeah, so that's how we caught it. It was like just locked. You're just in your cell all day. You don't come out. Like they'll let you out like little by little for phones, but that's it. Like you're just in your cell all day, and then if you caught COVID, they came back positive. They'll come back like, hey, get your stuff. You're going to the yard, and they had the big old tents on the yard. It just
Cold?
nah, it was all right.
Okay.
Yeah, it was all right. Yeah, it wasn't bad, but it was just like
And everybody's just inside the tent, coughing, not sick.
Yeah, everybody's sick, and they'll have nurses coming to check on you, but it's like they're not
Like,
doing nothing.
Well, I mean, there's nothing. You can't do anything
Can't
about
do
it.
anything about it. Nah, so it's like it was cool. I actually had more fun during COVID than I did with in that prison. Like during COVID, it was just more like all of us were chilling, like
Outside.
Yeah, it's like nobody really care. I wake up early in the morning. We have like our own little workout crew, so we'll wake up early and just be right there. Boom, greet the sun,
Nice.
greet the sun working out. That was cool.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that was
Did you
cool
drink
right there.
coffee?
Yeah,
Are you
yeah.
a coffee drinker?
Yeah. That's one habit I picked up, and I can't lie about it. That's the only habit.
But it's kind of like a thing, though. Like
Yeah.
you wake up, you make your coffee.
Clean the
like,
cell and all that.
It's like a good thing.
Yeah.
Like it feels good, you know?
Yeah, no, it does.
That's something that I still, I did the same thing. Like,
Yeah.
it's my thing. Like, it's my thing.
Yeah, it's cool. Shit.
I enjoy it, you know?
A lot of people. I that's one thing I realized, like getting out too, like seeing like the Starbucks, like a gang of everyone's hooked on Starbucks. My girl that I was with when I proposed to her, she was like,
Coffee addict.
Starbucks, and I'll be like what the hell? She's like, I need my coffee. Like what the hell? That's one thing that I seen the difference out here
Yeah,
though.
everybody
Like,
drinks coffee,
Yeah, like
yeah.
most of the women though. Most of the women love Starbucks.
I'd rather make my own. I have my Folgers. I still drink Folgers.
Oh, that's what I drink.
By
yeah.
instinct, Folgers with my little creamer. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, hook it up. Yeah.
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 Okay, so you get out during COVID to this freaking place where you're still locked down.
Yep.
How did that work for you?
I actually, the first thing I knew I had to do was find a job.
Okay.
That was
But
my
there was
first
no
thing.
work.
Yeah, the warehouses. There was warehouses.
didn't shut down.
No, so I want to go work at a warehouse. That's the only spot you get a job. So I went. I knew it. Like, if I don't get a job, even though my PO was like, look, take 30 days. Like, trust me, it's a harsh reality. I was like, if I take that long, I'm not making any money. I know what I'm going to end up doing. So I was like, you know what? I got a job like in a week and a half after I got out. I was like, boom, I got the job, and I was just
Working.
get to work. I didn't even have a car. But luckily, old girl would take me, or my brother would pick me up. Things like that, like they help me out, you know?
Of course.
So it's like I just started grinding from the beginning, working. You know?
But you know what I have noticed from a lot of guys,
Mm-hmm.
even girls, but when they get obviously if they're not drug users,
Yeah, true.
it's good for them. They get a job right away and they're just like start programming,
Yeah.
bro. It's like
You hit a program, yeah.
you start
yeah.
programming, and I was telling, I was here on my live. I come on Wednesdays. Wednesday I go live.
Okay.
And we were talking about, bro, you got to do the same thing. You program,
Yep.
you adjust
Yep.
the same way you adjust if you go to another prison. We're just
Exactly.
out here doing the same thing
Yeah,
over and over.
Yeah, because if you pause, I think that's what's gonna mess you up.
Yeah.
It's the pause. To me, I was like, hell no. Like, how am I gonna be making money? Think I'm gonna live off her? Like, I'm a grown ass man. I'm not gonna live off like nobody else. Like, I gotta make my own money. So
For sure.
Yeah. So that's really the mentality I had, and then in between there, I was still trying to like find studios and things like that too. Cause I
So
still
you started
wanted,
recording right away.
Yeah, I started trying to like work with it, and I was even talk to the homies like, you know, shout out PGB Slick. You know, I was talk to him. He'll be like, man, I got these studios over here. Like, we'll try to network, and then I found my squad, and it was like, all right,
Let's
4
do it.
years later, here I am.
So you've have a lot of songs and you have a lot of.
I work a lot. I work a lot. Like this last few weeks, I did 9 songs in 5 hours. Like I'm just one that's I'm hungry. You know?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Like,
I was about to ask you some rap questions, and then I thought about like, wait, that's something like I was about to ask a question my husband asked. We'll leave it for Icon TV, right? We'll leave it for Icon TV.
Yeah. We'll leave it for that.
What I was gonna ask is I'm gonna ask anyways, right?
Yeah.
Do you? Obviously, you don't drink or you don't smoke?
I drink.
While you're writing,
I don't.
like that?
No, I'll sip a little bit when I'm drinking, just to
Loosen up a little bit?
Yeah, exactly. Get the creative juices flowing. But like I'll find the beats. Like I bought my own little equipment to record, so those are like my rough drafts. So every day after work, I get home, boom, it's grind time. Go do that, you know, get a few songs in, and then I hit the Righteous studio and then record that. So every time I go, I have like songs already lined up to do. So.
And you just recorded your video, or like how did you come on the internet? Like, because what happened? Like, tell us that, because obviously I don't know. Like, obviously you've been out for this whole time doing your music or whatever, but like.
But I did one music video. And then, but that one didn't really get, like, it was like, well, now, I didn't really get too far, right? But it was just more like in between. I was still more working on my craft. I was like more like I'm like a perfectionist. I'm like, if something sounds off, I'll be like, nah, it's not good enough. Like, you know, like that's how I am. But it's like, I just like, that we had got hit to do a hood vlog, and we're not internet. So we don't do, like, my hood's not social media. We don't do that. So I had to figure out a way to do it to where it's like, you know, show it like not too much like, the you know, the negative aspect and things like that, just show the positive side of the gang thing. So, you know, we always do barbecues right there. We always do that. So, like, you know what? Let's give back to the community. Let's get a jumper for the kids. And that's how we introduce ourselves. You know? So that's how I figured it out.
You?
Well, yeah, me, but then also, like, you know, my little squad, I got like Slick, Crook, and then, you know, them like that. But yeah, that's how I was like, that's how I'm gonna come out. And then yeah, the video is just like people started splicing it, and then since then that's how.
Well, which is cool though.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I don't mind. I was like,
because
do what you do.
That's probably how it had to come out for you.
Yeah, exactly.
As in Vinny Jim.
Yeah. Yep.
Right. Sometimes we don't understand why things happen, or like, damn, is it ever going to happen? But that's. Yeah, you did something positive, and it got picked up.
Yep, exactly. Yeah.
And now did you just do like a video or something?
Yeah, I did. Like actually, that day I did 2 music videos.
Okay.
I dropped one. Well, one's dropping, I think, tonight or tomorrow. The other one I haven't dropped it yet.
Okay.
Yeah, so we did 2 that day. While we're doing the vlog, we're like, all right, pause for a little bit. Let's do this music video, knock this one out. Do this other music video, knock that one out. Okay, let's get back to the vlog. Like,
nice.
Use everything to your advantage. Like, let's do it, you know?
Which is good.
Yeah, gotta stay grinding, you know? Yeah.
So that's where you're at right now.
That's where I'm at right now.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's why I'm here. Yeah.
Damn, wanted to use me and shit.
Nah,
I'm kidding. I mean, we know it's what we're here for.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's what we're here for.
That. Thank you guys for this.
You share your story, which is, you know, another episode of Indicted TV, and it helps you, you know, to expose yourself and what you're doing as well.
Yeah.
And as soon as obviously we spoke or whatever. Maybe like it was like a day after the homie got at me like, oh, you okay? Yeah, you're gonna put him on. I was like, yeah. He's like, that's right. This is a solid homie.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, you know what? That's when I knew. I was like, okay, he's good. He's good.
That's my dog. I did a lot of time, but it's like, you know, it's just a part of my life. Like certain things that I didn't talk about a lot. I know so the people that were in there would probably be like, fool, why don't you talk about this? Like, I'd rather keep some certain negative shit just away right now. I don't want, you know, just.
Well, negative shit like what? Because now you got to say it.
Like, now you got to. Nah, just like things that like I witnessed firsthand. Like, you know, like things like, you know, like gruesome type things. Like, I just like, let's steer away a little bit from that.
Yeah, I get it. All right. Well, before we finish, is there anything else that you want to share that you haven't shared?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Knuckles from Avenues, Lifer. I want to give a shout out to Lil Chuco, my homie that's a lifer, Lil Fino, my homie that's a lifer, and all the hot lifers that I ran into in there that are never getting out. I'm never going to get a chance to pursue something. I'm doing this for us, my boy.
I love that.
Thank
you know what? I kind of feel the same way. Like, that's why I do it for.
Exactly. people are not gonna get a chance. So we got the chance. Why not take it?
Especially like, okay, so this is like, so yesterday we went to the Santa Fe Swami. This is just like, I mean, we're gonna see this or whatever.
Fine, yeah.
But we went to Santa Fe Swami to create a little bit of content or whatever, and there was like so many veteranos and older women. They probably were just like you and I, like me, you know, but they're older, and I thought it was like so cool that they go and they dance.
Yeah, they have fun.
And they enjoy, and nobody judged them.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you figure when you do that much time, you don't get opportunities to do things. When you experience it, you don't even care. You just have the blast.
And it's like, I thought it was super cool, you know?
Exactly.
Because there's always like, oh, the ladies, the people, they go for Santa Fe Swami, the veteranos, where should they go to the club?
Yep, exactly. Hell
like,
no,
that's their place to go and be free and, you know, and without judgment.
Exactly.
So I thought it was super cool. I just wanted to share that, you guys.
No, I think that's super cool too. Like,
you know?
I haven't been, but I mean, I'll probably go one day.
Yeah, no,
just
it would be cool.
that.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny.
Yeah.
And you trip out on people, you know, because I'm a people watcher.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm sure everybody that goes is a people watcher too, and they all go and talk poop about each other.
Yeah, exactly. Behind their back. Yeah, it happens.
But like, oh, look at this fool, look at the way he's dancing. We're like, whatever. It's, you know, it's just what humans are.
Yeah, that's what
I thought it was a good
nature.
Experience. And I thank you for
thank you for having me here.
TV.
I appreciate you having me here.
No, of course. Shout out to Loca.
Yeah. Shout out to Loca. Yeah, I forgot to shout her out. Shout out to Loca for.
All right. Well, thank you again.
Yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and follow us on Instagram.